Right then, so it's Boxing Day, and this is the first video of part 2 of building a new car over the winter. Seemed to go down the treat yesterday on Christmas Day that everyone seemed to enjoy our video and enjoy our little story behind ordering a car, going and sitting in it, collecting it and starting work on it. So we're going to do a part 2 to this. And the first part of the video, what I want to explain is why I've got a new car, and explain to the untrained eye on what difference this car is to, I suppose, any other normal stock car. So other than colour and maybe a different style of wing or a different style of car, stock cars aren't all the same. A lot of them are different. Especially the difference between a shale and tarmac car, where the engine sits, your wheelbases, your wheel depths, where the axle sits, your suspension arms, everything's different. And we've got 3 cars, and the 3 cars are all different. No 2 cars are the same in our workshop anyway. So with this car, the engine is sat much further back than, well, my old car, and it's sat a little bit further back than my dad's car, and it's definitely sat further back than the tarmac car. So with the back of the engine being about here, on the tarmac car, the back of the engine is sat 7 inches further forward than this engine. So, you know, roughly about that much, maybe a bit more. Yeah, about there. So the back of the engine is there, so you can imagine that everything is pushed forward. The radiator bracket's not in there yet, so everything is moved forward, and the weight is more to the front end of the car to give more front end grip. Whereas for a shale car, you want more rear end grip. So, you know, this car is slightly different in the where the engine sits. The suspension links are different. This one's got a single arm here. There's going to be 2 tabs on the side of the car here for shocker mount, and the cab is slightly further back. So if you can imagine that my old car or my tarmac car, this rail here is going on more of an angle like that, whereas this one is stepped back, more upright, just to give that a little bit more further back where the driver sits. And obviously everything is moved further back. So that's the main difference really between the two, between well, our cars and our workshop anyway, that the car is built different. Also with this car in particular, this one, the chassis leg is on the diamond. It's not flat as in horizontal, it's on the diamond, as you can see. Apparently it's stronger. But certainly a bit more hard work to put the bumpers and nerfs on, but I knew that when I ordered the car. I knew the car was going to come like that. So well, yeah, that's the main difference anyway. Right, that's a good start to the video. Another weekly update. This is 2nd of January 2021, and I've managed to do my steering and my pedals. My pedals aren't quite finished yet. But as you can see, I've made this plate here for the steering box to bolt onto, made the steering arm. I've put the master cylinders on and started making up the pedals, as you can see. She's looking good. I've done the ignition panel as well, look. Bolts in there. Steering arm as well, the strop link here. I've got to, some things are still only tacked on. So I've still got to weld things up. Right then, so another weekly update. I've had a really busy week doing odds and sods. Can't really see too much difference in the car, but these little bits and bobs is what I make a car, you know, a stock car. Everything has to be bracketed and welded on with a bolt hole in it or something like that, you know. So I've been doing this week I've been doing my radiator, pulleys, you know, power steering, alternator pulley, brake brackets, engine support brackets, just odds and sods really. Can't really see too much difference, but like I just said, that's what makes a car. You know, you've got to do these little bits and bobs that take the time. So it took me a week to do lots of odds and sods, but still got a lot more to do. But yeah, we're making good progress. So as I said, I've put my radiator bracket and my pulley brackets all on. As you can see, my alternator and my power steering is down there. I've done these support brackets here on the engine. There's one there as well, look. Yeah, that's all. Well, the pulleys are tapped in at the minute. They're not welded in. I'm actually going to take the engine plate out and weld it up on the bench. Get a nice good weld then. Yeah, I'll finish off my floors as well. They needed finishing off. Just these back bits here. They just needed finishing because I'd already done the bit where your foot sits on. I've done a brake valve bracket there. I've done a couple more seat brackets up there, look. Yeah, just been plodding on really. There's still quite a bit to do. My axle has gone away for repair. I've actually sent it to get bearing bird cages on, but these certain bearings that I'm using don't quite fit the axle, so the axle has to be modified. So I've sent that to Bruno at Haircraft Motorsport, so he's helping me out, and we'll get that back hopefully next week, and then I can start thinking about putting bumpers and nurse on it. So then another update, and it's been a manic last 2 weeks. Really has. We've been really busy, flat out on the car as much as we can do, and we're pretty much there. Probably another 2 weeks away from paint, I'd say, from now. Probably got another week's work of welding up and finishing off jobs, and then another week of finishing jobs. You know, like, you know, grinding off, you know, linishing it all up and making it look nice, ready for paint and prepping it for paint really. So yeah, probably another 2 weeks away from paint. Had the car provisionally inspected last night by Keith Farron, and he's given it a go ahead. I've got one or two little bits and bobs that I just need to finish up basically, and yeah, we're all good. So I've got the bumpers and earths on, and fuel tank in, battery in, all the axle finish off, axle suspensions finish off. I've had these bearing bird cages put on here, just takes the play out of it. Done this nerf rail, welded the front bumper on, welded the back bumper on, just got to finish it off, bend it around, put a stay in. All the inside is looking good. Just got a gearbox cover to go on there. It's just Sean's guillotining that for me, so it's been nice and neat. Mesh is on, nerf rail is on, welded bumper, nice neat welds. Very pleased, very happy. Got the exhaust coming hopefully in a couple of days, and then I can finish off protecting, you know, protection around them. And yeah, she's looking really good. Well, it's end of January now, and I've convinced Jake to do an update. He wanted to do all this at the end, you see, and I don't want to do it. I want to do the one at Christmas that we did when the car was first here, and I want to do one now end of January. Then we'll do another one end of February, and so on end of March when the car's finished. So that's the whole point of this. So you can see our progress and how it's going, and it's going really well. Going really well. We're bang on target, we're bang on plan.
all the parts are here, and it's going together. So as you can see, so just got to plod on with it, get the rest of it done in this next week, and then get it stripped down so we can get it painted and put it all back together. It's been inspected. It's ready to be inspected when it's finished as well, of course. So that's it really. We'll do another one end of February and show you where we're at then. Bye.